Mr Chair, thank you. Just to, I guess, wrap up then maybe not wrap up the debate, there might be more calls to come, who knows. But I want to just thank the member who has drafted, the member responsible for this bill. I can't get that phrase right. The member responsible for this bill. I think I probably have difficulty using responsible and the member in one sentence, but look, I'm just trying to describe why I've been constantly tripping over referring to him as the member responsible for the bill, but of course he is, and I'll try and make sure I get that right from here on in. Thank him for that explanation, because I think that has been really important to make sure that we get that right. I guess I will be interested to look at the documents that have been tabled, because I do want to just make sure that somehow we haven't lost some land in cyberspace somewhere from being a paper description to being a computer-generated description, and make sure that that hasn't occurred. But I guess what the member's describing is that we've got more accurate techniques, perhaps these days, of making sure that we get the land area correct. And I think that when we look at Clause 9 is important to have had it clarified. It's very timely to have had it clarified right now, because as my colleague Ian Lees-Galloway pointed out, this clause is actually giving the power to the Registrar-General of Land to actually, once this bill is passed and becomes an act, to actually issue a new computer register in the name of Hamilton City Council for that land. And we did want to be assured on this side of the House that the description of the land was accurate before that took place. So I do want to thank the member for taking time to get briefed, and we certainly could see that while we were debating the issue, that the member was making very good use of the official information, the information from the officials, to make sure he was correctly briefed, so that he didn't give us a guess or just have a go at answering our queries. He actually got the information before him, and I think that's fantastic. That he could do that in a very timely and responsible, responsible manner. So we can now fully support on this side of the House. Well, certainly if I just speak on behalf of the Labour Party and not the entire side of the House, that we're now satisfied, and we can proceed to vote in favour of Clause 9, knowing that we're not putting the Registrar General, he or she, I'm not sure whether it's a male or female at the moment, but we're not putting him or her in a situation where we're telling them through legislation to register on to create a new computer register for this piece of land, and not actually undermine the integrity of the register by having the wrong description on that piece of land. So I know that David Shearer, who's just joining the debate at this point again for this evening, will be really pleased to know, because he was the member who first picked up the discrepancy in the previous clause on this issue. And I know he has been deeply concerned about it, because he's raised it with me constantly over the past 2 weeks about, so where is that land? Make sure that we find it, and very pleased to be able to report to David, and I'm sure he's been following the debate closely anyway, to know that we have been now assured of that, and we can go ahead and vote for this clause on the basis, however, that the drafting error that is still in that clause, calling this the Hamilton City Council Parana Park Land Vesting Act 2010, does get corrected before we get to come to the third reading, which I know we're all looking forward to. The third reading of this bill. Want to make sure that there's 2011 in Clause 9 of the bill, and the other clauses where it, just by a pure drafting mistake, refers to 2010. So, Mr Chair, without further ado, I'm happy to say Labour can now support Clause 9. Our questions have been answered, and we look forward to the rest of the debate on this very important bill.
Members, the question is that Clause 9 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. We now come to debate on Clause 10. The question is that Clause 10 stand part. Sue Moroney.
Thank you, Mr.